I grew up in Kansas, in Junction City. It's supposed to be a small town, but the Fort Riley Army base made it a big town. It was rough coming up. Basically, I just did my own thing growing up. Marine Corps recruiter called me. And I was like, yeah, I'll meet up with you, just like, whatever. So on the way there, I completely made up my mind. I was like, I'm just gonna sign up. What's the worst that's gonna happen, right? I was a heavy equipment operator in the Marine Corps, dozers, cranes, etc. So I went overseas. We ended up going to Afghanistan. And then came back Thanksgiving night from that tour. And then we just went on like acting like we were tough guys, like, oh, we came back, a few of us didn't. And basically after that, I was like, man, I ain't doing nothing crazy. We're like 2 months from going home. Like, I'm gonna lay low. I was going through problems of like just lashing out, anger issues, pushing everybody away, distancing myself, and I would go to the VA occasionally, and it's like they would just like, here, try these meds, see if they work, and it's like, all right. And like a month goes by, I would either like didn't see them helping, so I probably like just gave up on taking the meds.
And it wasn't that he was a violent or angry man, it was just that was a symptom of how he dealt with his PTSD.
His PTSD just prevented him from having the confidence and the ability to be able to put himself in a situation alone.
I probably spent my whole entire time in Iowa with basically like no friends. Like I couldn't make a friend to save my life. I was trying, but I just couldn't do it. I was like, It's still tough to make friends and where people don't think you're crazy, which I don't blame them.
Gosh, my first impression of Tucker was just like, oh boy, like, yeah, this is gonna be hard.
We were new at this, they were new at this, and they took on Tucker, who was a Brittany who we loved.
One time I was gardening and I was planting like bulbs, and Tucker was outside with me, and I didn't realize that as I'm planting the bulbs, he's going behind me, digging them up and like dragging the like plant bulbs elsewhere. He was such a good dog. He, from the very beginning, was just like the best listener. Tucker has the best eyes. He's very expressionate. I have this picture of like one of the like first few times that like we had him at an outing. I have like my arm around him and like, we're like taking a picture and his eyes are just like, oh my God, like what is this person doing?
Lorette just took me into the room where the two dogs are where they train at. And she's like, just sit down, see which one comes to you. Well, Griffin was the first one that come to me. He just looked at me, sniffed around, and then he just lollygagged around, and then Tucker here. He just came up to me and literally just rolled in my lap and just laid there, and just, so ever since then we had an already bond. I know. And once he laid in my lap, and like Lorette and Sherry like cried, and Ashlyn cried, and then that's how I wasn't going in there with high hopes, it just happened. So, at least that Tucker loves me, right?